Welcome back. We're here at Misty Mountain Games. We are starting our top 4 of our Misty Mountain Finals, the semifinals of the finals. It is going, and we decided, we just talked to the guys, and we're thinking the matches aren't going to be super long because it's going to be Elves against Sligh on one side and Goblins against Sligh on the other. So what we're going to do is we're gonna do all 3 matches. We're just gonna do one at a time.
Yeah, we're gonna hold the other semifinal.
We're holding the entire other semifinal match, so that we can get 3 matches in here. So we're gonna start out with Aaron Dix playing Sligh against Andrew Hoskins playing Elves. Aaron just played this matchup and handily 2-0'd against Dylan Kramer.
Yep. I mean, not surprising. It's something that like we talk about that Sligh definitely has an edge against the Elves deck. Though I have seen just Elves players navigate against Sligh, so
yeah. I don't think it's as open shut as people.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I certainly wouldn't want to be an Elves player against the Sligh, but I think there's a little bit more wiggle room than maybe like the general public is giving it credit for. So,
and who's got the play here?
The higher seed, let me check real quick.
I think probably was Aaron. He was a 302, right?
Aaron was the 4 seed, and then Andrew was the 8th. So yeah, Aaron is going to be on the play. All right, Aaron's going to start things off with the Bauble.
Yeah, play, play.
All right. Bauble with buyback. You got but then it's okay. So we have Urza's Bauble. The card we get to see.
He sees a wall of roots. So it might not be Elves. Aaron's probably thinking, I was told it's Elves, but is it really?
Is it really Elves?
Could be all kinds of decks. Wall of Roots is one of the better cards you can have against the red deck.
Yeah.
Big old butt and
also
keeps your mana from falling apart.
Aaron's going to develop with a Grim Lavamancer and then a Mogg Fanatic. So kind of an ideal start where you're able to just play to the board. He hasn't, but then like I guess the 0-5 will soak up some damage, but he's obviously still going to attack and chip in.
I mean,
so
some of us don't block with Wall of Roots on turn.
I mean, if you have a Blastoderm or a Ravenous Baloth,
yeah.
I don't think Andrews has that. So
I'm with you, honestly.
Again, we see the Grim Lavamancer staying back where it looks like a quicker way of dealing damage is going to be using that activation rather than attacking here. Yeah. So
I'm kind of wondering if it's better to. I mean, I guess this is going to eat a removal spell and 2 damage from the Grim. Maybe. Might just get bolted. You need darted.
Well, okay. So 2 damage from the Jackal Pup, 1 damage from the dart, 2 damage from the Grim Lavamancer.
But it's like an 8/6 damage because the dart's gone now. And that's pretty critical if you're Elves, you know? You just throw out dart is so good against the Elf deck.
That's true. But there's
a second wall. He's got a second wall.
How many Wall of Roots are in this Elves list?
Well, let's find out.
All right. So Robin played that.
Is this Elves or Walls?
Yeah, that is just a really nice sequence.
This is my favorite combo in Magic, quite possibly. Wall of Roots and
Survival.
Survival of Fittest.
Okay.
It's just you just get a full-on Soul Ring, and we all know that paying a green mana with Survival is basically drawing a card.
All right, so the wall gets in the way of the Jackal Pup, but again, we see the combination of shock plus it was Lava Dart that got
and I think Aaron has to remove all these walls because
how did it get finished off? So it was Jackal Pup dealt 2, shock dealt.
He used it 2. For mana as well.
Oh, the mountain got sacrificed and
did he kill it at the end of Andrew's turn?
Oh, was it an 0-4?
Yeah, I mean, Andrew used it on his turn, so it was a 0-4 at that point.
Okay, that's what it was.
So,
all right.
I mean, that makes sense because then Andrew wouldn't be able to survival with it, you know. And when you see a few Wall of Roots, it's often the case you're playing against the natural order. So I think Aaron probably wants to make sure he keeps all the creatures off the table
Yeah,
as much as possible here.
that does make sense.
Right. He plays Wirewood Symbiote, and Aaron wisely kills the exact response. And he's gonna shoot down that symbiote as well.
So Aaron just playing the control game of keeping everything off the table so that he's able to chip in for damage when available. Andrew's gonna go down to 12. As Aaron's at 19. So the survival has
not been activated yet. I like that he's not activating it, though, I think.
Why is that?
Because it's not about cards yet. I think it's more about.
Was that an indication that you don't have a squee in your deck?
He has a squeeze.
Well,
I think. Yeah, he has a squeeze.
I mean, wouldn't there be valuable if like turns are passing? I think that's when you want.
I mean, he's used all of his green mana every turn.
Okay, I thought that. Right.
He hasn't had an opportunity to activate it. There he is.
All right. Multani's Acolyte is gonna get. Was that a Curse Scroll activation that took care of it?
I think so, yeah. Revealing Fireblast.
Okay.
And now he's going to hit him for 3. Knock him down to 9.
This is looking like a spot like. I mean, Aaron has a lot of tools on the board.
Yeah.
Recurring
Andrew's
source
at
of
9,
damage.
and Aaron could do 7 damage to him right now before untapping if he wanted. He has the Fireblast in hand.
Okay.
I never liked getting the squee in a turn. I think I just would have just dropped another elf into play. Make him keep killing stuff.
All right. So Andrew, we think is on his last turn here, unless something really drastic changes. I guess if.
Yeah, I just don't know.
I was gonna say because most of the times, like if you have a copy of Well Wisher, but that's gonna be really problematic with Mogg Fanatic. We do
Andrew can't do anything because Aaron's just got to do 2 to him on tap and do 4, 8, 9.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, he has no cards in his graveyard. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's a little different.
Well, Mogg Fanatic can, yeah, and plus the Fireblast.
Mm-hmm.
I guess if you're counting the Barbarian Ring, that there's not threshold, but you do have Mogg Fanatic, Fireblast, the mountains. There's lots of fuel there. All right, I think this is just a matter of sequencing before.
This is over.
Yeah, so Fireblast, Grim Lavamancer activation, Mogg Fanatic. That's enough damage. That'll take care of the Elves player for game 1. So quickly we have the Sligh player up a game, as it's not very surprising.
Dress Crew, I don't think he missed. Did Aaron kill the wall on his turn or on the other player's turn?
No, I think he. So he cast it on his turn and he used it immediately, right, on his turn.
Yeah.
And then the turn got passed and he blocked it with an 0-4 and it was a Jackal Pup. And then I got shocked and I think he was saying it wasn't activated.
I thought he killed it EOT and just attacked in, but
no, I think I'm almost certain that it got in the way of a Jackal Pup. The second one.
Well,
I think we were talking about it.
I wasn't watching, but my version of reality is very different than yours.
Okay.
But okay, well you all can keep your story and it'll who even knows? You can't just rewind the universe and watch it again, can you?
No, there's no record of that at all.
There's no way. Maybe if only somebody recorded us and kept it so that people could watch it forever, you know?
So, right, it looks like Andrew has the sideboard cards not in sleeves. How do you like that?
I love it.
You love it?
Yeah.
Is that just so you don't forget to sideboard, or what?
Yeah.
Makes you think about how you sideboard? What is the advantage of doing it this way?
It lets me control the sideboarding narrative. You know, I can make my opponent think that I boarded in 15 cards,
Okay.
and
There's no
when
way
you just put 15 cards in your deck and then take 15 out,
You would have to-
they always know you only boarded 2 cards. But when you unsleeve 15 cards, shuffle up your sideboard and then put 15 back in, they think you boarded 15 cards.
All right.
I don't think it makes a difference, honestly. But it can help, you know. It'll keep you from shuffling your companion in your deck,
Yeah.
whatever that means.
Yeah. I was more just joking. Yeah, but
I was too. Andrew Hoskins does.
I would say I think the biggest advantage is that your sleeves all wear at the same rate.
Oh yeah, your sleeves all wear evenly.
That
That's
I think
important.
is the biggest advantage of doing it.
And you know, I'm superstitious about that, and I think that matters more than people ever give it credit for.
There are certain sleeves that like will get like over the course of a tournament, your main deck will be a different wear compared to the sideboard one.
I know a player who told me I should always unsleeve my entire 75, shuffle my deck, and then resleeve it again, or shuffle the sleeves halfway through, like after round 3 or 4 every tournament.
Oh, that like you should be
Because
changing sleeves that frequently.
because they claimed they could loose shuffle if you like side shuffle your opponent loosely. They thought that a lot of the time late in the rounds that they could mana screw their opponent, and claimed that happened for them a lot.
Interesting. I would say
Sleeves were crappier back then too.
I use sleeves for a really long time. Like
Yeah, you probably
I don't feel like when I play with sleeves that mine break very often though, or that they get that damaged or anything.
Did you find the decks?
Yeah.
Good.
The deck was.
Ask Judge. Judge made all those lists. Yeah. He'd probably love to talk about it.
Awesome.
Thank you.
We
Yeah,
just
like
had
for yours.
we had Jeff poking his head in.
Yeah, I guess
as
say
he's
good
taking
night
off.
to Jeff.
So.
This is the semifinals. Finals. It's been the finals all day though.
Yeah. So,
Really, because it's the Misty Finals.
just in case you haven't noticed, we have it at the bottom right. We say Misty Mountain Finals, and then we indicate what round it is.
Yeah. It's clearly the
I-
semifinals of the finals.
I won't give most people a hard time, but Gabe, you're here all the time. You've watched the
You were
production
here
before.
earlier. You know the score. All right, maybe I should have picked a different name for the tournament. I'll admit it was an odd name.
Yeah.
I just wanted it to sound cool. Maybe it didn't sound cool. Maybe I should have made it more of a championship. Maybe I should reflect more.
Well,
and
so
figure out
there is
where I went wrong.
there is a somewhat well-known tournament in Japan. Don't they just call it the finals?
Yeah,
And so
that was the inspiration
okay,
for
so-
it. You know,
and it is like a culmination of the thing. Like the end of the year, they just have their tournament that's called the finals. And I like,
Yeah.
is it an invite-only tournament, or like how does it work, or is it just like a big
I
open
think everybody
tournament?
I think it's open and everybody
Okay.
just goes to it because it's cool. Like this one, you were all supposed to come to this one.
All right, we're about to start game 2. Andrew gets to be on the play. And
Elves can do a lot on the play against any deck.
yeah, though the red deck does have a lot of control in terms of how explosive an Elves draw can be, because it can disrupt the mana with all the burn spells.
Especially when you play a couple Pyroclasm.
Pyroclasm.
Put that one up there. Preferably Ice Age.
I
Unless
was
you got-
gonna put the 7th edition one up.
Unless you
so.
got the portal one.
I
That
think
one's
he-
cool.
I think he will be playing Portal Second Age. That's my guess.
Yeah.
Or first
right.
regular Portal, first stage. Portal. What do you think? Which Pyroclasm?
I think he's gonna play Ice Age.
Ice Age?
The Ice
Okay.
Ages.
All right.
He's gonna blow our minds if it's 7th edition.
I usually play the Ice Age.
Jared
one.
Sitowski would play 7th edition.
That's-
Would play 5th edition.
Is there a 5th edition one?
I don't know.
Eh? There's not a 5th edition one.
Then he wouldn't.
There's 25th edition. Does that count? There's a 7th edition. All right. Anyways, we got a Llanowar Elves coming from Andrew.
This art is pretty great, though. It's doing what, Pyroclasm does. Kills a lot of goblins.
Yeah.
Very, very narrative. Well, this is a situation, like, you bolt the elf here? I had a long conversation with Lanny Wong about this on his podcast.
I mean, I think sometimes it depends on your hand, but
Aaron Fanatics. That's even more bigger than Jockey Meal, I think.
I think Mogg Fanatic is a more valuable card to keep in your hand than Shock. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Like if you had Shock on Mogg Fanatic, you would use the Shock to kill the elf.
Yeah.
I think I agree as well.
All right, Andrew, real good at drawing his wallet roots here. If I could draw wallet roots like this, man, I'd never lose.
You just put 4 in your deck. Are there how many are there's just 2? How many are there?
There's 2.
2. All right. Well,
He's drawn. That's number 2. He just drew up the top.
Well-
He's drawn 100% of his wallet roots on time.
early and often though, I will say last game it was not enough. But
I think
I
it's
mean,
gonna be enough this game.
I would say it does look a lot different here.
I think this is gonna be insane because he has a survival in his hand too. So he's gonna be able to go wall of roots, survival, activate survival on their turn, activate survival twice.
Okay.
That's good. That's good value BDM.
Is there a sequence that you're looking to set up, or like how do you gain advantage from survival in these spots? You have a lot more experience.
Well, I'm glad you asked, Mike. I would, in this scenario.
Are you going to say how we go get Genesis? I mean, that's probably what you would do, but I don't know if that's an option for Andrew.
That would be what I do, but all right, Andrew, we get to work. Well, I would get Sligh here for one, and I would get Anger.
Okay.
Those are the first 2.
Yeah, I mean, especially since you have the mountain already.
And then I'd probably just get some Deranged Hermits or something to mess around with to start out. Like, because you have so much mana, right? Alternatively, you can like get some dorks, just keep spamming creatures that they absolutely have to kill, like Wyvern Symbiote.
All right, we got a ball lightning that's been summoned for Aaron. Are you blocking here with Andrew? Is this wall of roots getting in the way? So
I'm just taking that on the chin.
taking 6.
Yep. Nice card.
Yeah, I mean, that could be problematic. I mean, a chunk of 6
Go
is
get
a
Anger.
lot.
There you go. And discard that Anger. What's the other one? Come on. Do we?
I guess if you're looking at here, I mean, a deranged hermit would be able to attack for 9. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
The wall didn't die. It was a 0/4. It blocked a 1/1 and then was activated. So it.
All 3s don't die to 1/1s. The other one didn't block.
Oh,
Yeah,
the other
he
one
just-
did
he
not
just
block
took-
a ball lightning.
He just took 6. We don't give people our wall of roots so easily. Oh, he just. Yeah, that's the hot new thing. I told Dylan to play one. He did. He got a Fenrir for one.
I don't know if
I didn't
part
have
of it
to hide them.
was a metagame choice or it has to do with natural order, or
Yeah. Dylan had no natural. Dylan was gonna play natural order, and I said, "Don't play it. I don't like it." He was playing regular old elves. I told him I was like, the first wall of roots is big. All right, he's just coming for 9. Hey, I got walls.
yeah.
What can happen? Aaron could play mountain, ball lightning, attack with ball lightning.
What if he had pyroclasm?
But Aaron and Andrew's up at 13. I don't know. This is.
Forgot to tick down the life total from that attack, which is pretty relevant. Aaron's gonna fetch down to 9.
Yeah, I think when stuff's going sideways, if you like when you play against a deck and kill all your elves, just having one wall of roots you can get with your survival could probably climb back on some situations mana wise. A lot of times you only have like 2 lands.
All right, we do see it. We do see Pyroclasm. It's an Ice Age one.
It's Ice Age.
Yep. So Grim Lavamancer went to the face, and then we're gonna use Pyroclasm to get rid of Deranged Hermit and friends. The Wall of Roots are sticking around currently, but if Andrew were to use them, then they die, right?
No, they have 3 counters on them. They're gonna die anyway. So
Okay.
Now I get a couple elves. Now I really work him.
Does he not have another Deranged Hermit?
I probably go get Quarian Ranger. I shouldn't talk to it. I probably get Quarian Ranger and Well Wisher here.
So there's only one Deranged Hermit? Or is there a second copy? If you just get a second copy, then you're just attacking for lethal?
You can't cast it. You only have
Oh, yeah. Okay, yep. I forgot about that.
Yeah, he's going to get Quarian Ranger because he has a Well Wisher in his hand. So he's going to untap. Oh, no, he's discarding. No, he doesn't have a Well Wisher. Oh, he's going to get it. He heard me. Okay.
I think Aaron was at 19, took 9 down to 10, and then went down 9 from the fetch.
Oh, he's getting.
Or does this life total say 8, or does it say 9? I think maybe it does say 8.
I think. I don't know why. He should. Yes, for take feedback. No.
So I guess if you're getting, it's Green Ranger and Priest of Titania, then you should be fine.
He has a priest, yeah. So he can.
Barring there's
can
not
play
a
priest here. He can play.
So if there's not a removal spell here,
Green
then
Ranger.
you should be fine.
2.
2 untap.
Yeah. He's just going
4,
for the kill.
5.
Okay.
Yep.
I forgive you, Andrew, for doubting you.
Oh, we're going.
No, he's
for natural.
ordering.
Okay.
Andrew's like, look, I have a wealth of options here. This is the matchup you most want that natural order for. It's gonna.
You think this is the matchup where it's the best?
Yeah.
Interesting. I would have thought it would have been something else.
Just go get an Ashoba, go get or Baron Forest, and
The show was not even in the main though.
it isn't.
I don't think so. One of the elves we looked at, it was only Verdant Forest in the main, and then Neshoba in the sideboard.
Oh yeah, you're right. I mean, it's probably he doesn't have it either, but it's still like a Baron Forest is pretty big.
You're saying there's not a Phantom Neshoba in the sideboard?
No.
Okay.
No. Nah.
All right. Nick has chimed in, saying that he was the one, that was playing the Neshoba. Wait, or is this? Oh no, never mind. Sorry, never mind. I misread the chat.
The early versions of Neshoba, I think. I don't think it probably wasn't super necessary. You know.
Yeah, I realized that after I said that. So. All right. Well, so, I mean, Elves is able to take down Sligh once. We'll be able to do it again on the draw.
That's the tough part, right? It's a very play draw
also
matchup, I think.
Andrew has seen a Pyroclasm. Do you think that impacts the way he plays at all?
I mean,
like, can you be afraid of Pyroclasm?
I think it's a really tight. I think Pyroclasm is a huge leverage for Aaron because I don't think Andrew has a whole bunch of. You don't have a lot of play with elves when you're up against Sligh. You're
kind of forced into certain lines. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're trying to just maximize your mana and make sure you know.
And I was gonna say, if there's any point where Andrew is trying to play around a Pyroclasm and play things slower, that might just give the edge to Aaron to give him enough time to draw the amount of burn spells he needs to kill him.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to like slow play anything, right?
Yeah.
I thought about just playing like 4 walls in a non-natural order list a little short while ago.
You just want all the mana.
Yeah. I mean, walls is so good with survival. This turns into Soul Ring. I don't even know if it's correct to block with it at all if you're like if you have survival in play.
Right. I guess I mean it is really valuable that you can use it multiple times. All right. Aaron's gonna start with a Grim Lavamancer, and then Andrew's gonna start with a Fyndhorn Elves on the first turn.
1/1 taps for green, just like Llanowar Elves.
A fetch land from Aaron. It's gonna get a mountain. It's gonna have 2 mana, I guess. The 2 mana plays out of Sligh. I mean, there's not really 2 drops. It's usually just playing 2 1-drops. I guess if he has a burn spell, then maybe he is going to use the Grim Lavamancer.
What do you think the first what was the first functional reprint with a different name in Magic?
Uh,
I think there's one in Legends. Oh, there's Headless Horseman. Right?
Raging Bull. Or does
Yeah,
that one have a
Raging
haste?
Bull. I think Raging Bull is just a 2/2 for 3.
Is that the card you're thinking of?
Yeah.
Are you
And
impressed on how
we're-
quickly I came up with that
Yeah,
answer?
pretty good. Good job, Mike. Were there any in Arabian Nights or Antiquities?
I don't know.
These sets don't matter for modern players. No wall. Yeah, this isn't really where it would be.
I mean, Survival is a really powerful card in this matchup, but like
Mhm.
you need a little bit of a board presence a lot of the times to to really go off, and it's really hard to get that board presence against the Sligh deck.
Okay. He drew
He's gonna go with the
Choose.
mountain. Yep.
Wooded Foothills.
So this opens up the door so that he can get to the anger lines,
We
which
get a bait him out.
I approve. Good looking mountain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this one. I love the colors in the sky.
I like all the original mountains. They're all
Mhm.
top tier. Hard to make a bad mountain, I guess. Not to take anything away from the
I
artist.
think
but
mountains are the easier one. Yeah,
I guess there's a lot of mountains that I like.
it's hard to make a good plane.
Yeah, I'll agree
Say
there.
that.
Certainly in the alpha, like I don't think none of them tickle my fancy. I guess we have activation of survival, discarding the anger. It's gonna get
You
squee.
got squee there.
Well, you're at least in this instance, you're able to discard it right away and
I would have got Priest Titania. That you have to kill this. I like that. That's good. All right, now we're talking.
Fyndhorn Elves does have haste because of the anger in the mountain.
Now I can play with Thembeo. Like kill something. Area. All right, but gain 2. You leave Vortex in against elves in your mountain run?
Probably not.
Yeah, I don't think it's about that, right?
What is Andrew's life total?
19.
Andrew or
Oh, Andrews is
16?
16.
Okay.
Full pace. This is where Aaron is kind of awesome at Magic because he really, I think he really knows
I think he's just comfortable with the burn
where,
deck of knowing
where to put the damage
Yep.
in this matchup, when to hit the guy, when to save some damage to kill a key creature.
Yeah, just knowing those familiarities with the format or kind of like knowing those small differences, I think
Mhm.
a lot of times give you the edge in this matchup or just allow you to be more consistent in the pre-modern world. So
So if I'm Andrew,
do you think that's the play?
it might
He's
be.
eyeing it up, so definitely a
He
possibility.
paused. It's either a wall or priest. Like you can see a priest too. Get a priest. Have the priest play. If you have a 1/1 in your hand, I think you get priest. But then maybe not. Maybe you just get the wall.
I mean, nothing's jumping out that seems like super great here. Aaron has two.
This is where you want a tempting worm in your deck. Which was on the pile of cards that I said you should consider having in your sideboard this morning with Dylan.
All right, Wall of Roots is the selection there. So BK's really enjoying this. This Wall of Root comes down. It's going to be used right away. And we're going to exchange.
I think he's going to play.
Okay. And it's going to get in there.
I would. Yeah.
Get aggressive, yep.
Make some noise.
All right. Urza's Bauble is going to come from Aaron. That's going to look at a card, but then also replace itself on the next turn. Aaron's currently at 2 cards in hand. He does have that Curse Scroll, which would be nice if he got down to 1 if another one of these cards was a land. Does not seem to be the case.
Balls.
Oh, that's not a bad one to have. And Ball Lightning and the Grim Lavamancer get in. And Andrew's got to decide if he's...
I think he goes to 7 here.
Yep, he does agree. He's going to block that Grim Lavamancer, soak up a damage. Ball Lightning is going to come in for the full 6 to put him to 7.
And don't forget the survival.
Sligh comes back during the upkeep. And
okay, he drew Priest of Titania, which is pretty great because that's probably something he was going to survival for right here anyway.
Well, does he have a second copy in his hand?
No, that's an Antigua Vigilante.
Okay.
Vigilante. All right.
All right, so that currently only taps for 1.
I would have used.
I guess getting a Well Wisher. That's the way to gain life.
Was it time for Well Wisher yet?
Well,
does he not want to give up the Vigilante in case, like...
Well, so here you can...
I guess I don't hate the Well Wisher here, because you can...
Play it, tap it for 2.
Tap it for 2, and
you
then...
can untap it and tap it for 1.
Yeah, but I wouldn't untap it. I think I would just, like, use it here. Better get him with that Werewood Symbiote. Come on. Yeah, there we go. There we go. I feel like Andrew can hear everything I say and is doing every play I say, but I don't think he can. But
just pause and just waiting for BK to say something.
He's like can read my mind or something.
Okay.
Actual psychic. This puts Aaron in kind of a weird spot because now if Aaron can't remove any of these creatures without 2-for-1ing himself, right? Well, except for that one.
Yeah, I would say this is a pretty clean job of doing this. So which do you value more? Because so one you can save by returning it because that's part of the cost.
Yeah.
And the other one, the one that untapped is still.
I untap the priest and return the what was there.
Okay.
Which is what. Yeah. Except for a few, in my opinion, survival misses. I think he's playing pretty well.
All right, so Mogg Fanatic is also a second one's gonna come down. Is this? I mean, I'd be inclined to take out as much as you can. The problem is with each turn a Sligh comes back, so it's hard to play the card advantage game. I mean, you do have tools because you have like Grim Lavamancer and Curse Scroll where you're getting value out of those anyways. But
he's sitting at a hefty 9 though. I think if he
well, not only is he at 9, like there's that Well Wisher in in hand too. So
Yeah. Aaron, can you use the wall here if you're Andrew? I mean, I guess you don't because you only need to survival once. You don't want to, you're not going to discard that well wisher.
all right, Mogg Fanatic will take out the Priest of Titania.
Man, he really does not want to lose this Vigilante.
I guess
He must think it's really critical.
maybe he's just feeling that like that's the way he could lose a game, is if a Sulfuric Vortex comes down, or maybe he's gonna try and take out this Curse Scroll.
Is the Curse Scroll just really bugging him?
Well, it hasn't really been put to use yet, but it might be possible. But the problem is I guess he needs an additional mana right here.
Mm-hmm. All right. Now he wants to just keep playing stuff. This is how it goes. Like, Red's got a whole bunch of burn.
Which cards do you feel like that Aaron has to kill? Well-Wisher.
Well-Wisher, Priest of Titania, Wayward Symbiote.
Okay. Andrew will activate Survival of the Fittest. He's going to discard the Squee that he picked up this upkeep. And he's going to go find...
Oh, I like that. That's good.
Yavimaya Granger?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just going to let him develop his mana. Is Aaron probably has to kill the wall?
Like, right now, or...
Yeah. Otherwise, he gets another activation. Although, I guess Andrew's been kind of slow on activating Survival anyway. So maybe it doesn't matter.
Well, if here you might just say... I mean, I don't know what's in Aaron's hand, but you might just say, hey, I'm going to just go for the face and knock the top of the deck and hope that I have enough burn spells. Because here, I'm going to say, if you drew a Fireblast, all inning, we're attacking for 7.
Mm-hmm. So he blocked, he takes 6.
And if he doesn't, okay, so you can't, well.
He can keep his wall.
If you, there's a Fireblast. So, all right. So, yeah, it looked like a spot where Andrew's actually pretty close to getting out of. But yeah, like with that Fireblast, just being able to kill him on that turn makes things easy.
This is what I mean by he had to make. I think he had to make sure that Aaron had to kill something. I think he probably wants to end of Aaron's turn, discard the Vigilante, gets like probably Korean Ranger.
Okay, some cheap threats or things that you can just put into play.
Then you can play Korean Ranger, play Well-Wisher.
Mm-hmm.
Can I gain some life?
Yep.
No? Okay, well, I gained 2, because he had to kill it.
Yeah.
And now I have a Korean Ranger, return a forest, play it again.
Yeah, it's really interesting. There's a lot of intricacies. Like anything you have survival.
He also had a Wayward Symbiote, so he could have. I think he could have played Symbiote, Well-Wisher, and Symbiote, and then Well-Wisher, and then Korean Ranger.
Okay, we're gonna take a real short break as we get our other semifinal set up. So I'm just gonna run this through a break as I get things set up. It'll just be a couple of minutes, so don't go anywhere. We'll be back for our second semifinals of the Misty Mountain Finals.
Yeah.
Here we go.